Oh my gosh. I think that's well hidden. That willow shelter, it's hard to see. And the snow building up, that's gonna make it pretty cozy inside. I definitely want to make sure I'm not leaving a trail to my shelter through the snow or even in the dirt. I'm going to be using a different entrance every time. Now that I put the tarp on top, you can see partially this shelter from the back trail closest to the road, but almost no one walks back here. I think they might not notice unless they looked really hard. Hopefully the snow will cover it up so it can camouflage it even better. This is actually the ditch that's fed from the culvert from the street water runoff. It goes right into the pond, so as soon as this gets melted or it rains, it's going to be soupy in my little sheltered area. As long as it's dry, it's a great place to just hunker down. I knew the snowstorm was coming and I was excited. I got that tarp on top just in time for the snow. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this storm. This tarp's large enough to spread out a little bit more, but just to be inconspicuous, I just put just enough up to give me some shelter from the snow. Just perfect for at least 2 people. Today I worked on securing the arch of the willows so it would support this tarp on top. And then during the spring, these willows will sprout back up, some new sprouts, and by next winter, this will be extra sheltered. We're into the first week of the new year, and everyone here in the Sierras is excited for the snowstorm. It has blanketed Nevada with snow. The roads are crashes everywhere. Stay home if you have to. Don't go out. Walk and enjoy the snow while you can. Next storm in a few days. I sat out the storm in my shelter. Oh, it just dumped at least 2 inches. That was a short-lived storm. Oh, that was fun. This place is beautiful right now. I can't believe just yesterday it was sunny and warm. Who doesn't love the crunching of the snow? It lets you know winter's here. But it's just dreadful when it comes to audio. It's funny on top dollar budgeted movies and the sound production, how much they quiet their props to make sure there's no background noise, just from crinkling papers to anything they've altered to make sure there's no background noise. But on this YouTube channel, you don't have that kind of budget. There's all these BMX jumps and trails throughout the sagebrush. Oh, it makes getting through the bush so much easier. It's getting late. I'm getting cold. I actually spilled my tea all on me. My gloves are cold. My pants are a little bit wet. I need to get home and warm myself up. Thank goodness I have the luxury of going inside and warming up. It's cold tonight. It's going to be -15. I'm going to come back and check out my shelter in the morning, see if anyone's visited, any animals checked it out, and just how much more snow we might get tonight. I've seen a few little muskrat creatures. They burrow into the sides of these ponds and kind of tear them up. They look like little tiny baby beavers. I guess they don't mind the icy cold. They got thick fur. I love the snow. It gives away the wildlife's tracks. I've already followed some coyote prints through the sagebrush. Can't wait till tomorrow morning and seeing all the little animal prints from rabbits to birds and the coyotes. Can find where they're going. A late start this morning. It's just 9 o'clock. It's 21 degrees outside. And this snow is not as icy as I thought it should be. Just slightly crunchy. This is definitely some powdery snow. It was dry last night. I'm not sure if I've done it yet, but Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2024. And I can't wait to see what kind of snowpack we're going to have in the Sierras this season. It's a voting political year, and we tend to have more storms during those years. Ooh, conspiracy theory. Won't let you know my thoughts upon that. While it was snowing yesterday, everybody was inside. Today it's sunny and everyone's enjoying the snow on the ground. The kids are out sledding on these little tiny hills, and I'm coming back to check out my fort, my shelter, and see how much snow is protected. I love when it snows and the animal prints. You can tell where they're going and who's been hanging out. Since it snowed, I don't want anyone to see my tracks going into the shelter, so I'm going to step on the bushes off trail. Oh, it's still there. No one tore it down. There's no tracks going into it. The snow didn't collapse it. It didn't blow away. I think I did a great job on this little shelter. And it's hard to find, too. Got some snow returned. Look at that. As much as I would love to have come and slept in here and hunkered down throughout the night, I think I might have froze. Froze to death? I'm not sure. It's 15 degrees, and I wasn't prepared, and this wasn't really as enclosed as it should be to keep you warm overnight. If you're new to my channel, I'm Major Moxie. I do just different stuff. I haven't really committed to most things, but it's outdoor, using trash, just being weird. Anyone who's ever met me, that Moxie is weird, but I'm a good time. So if you want to keep coming back for weird, but a good time, hit that subscribe button. I would love it. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming and checking out my Willow Shelter in our first snowstorm of the year. So a few years ago, I was strolling through the bushes and found all these willows, and it looked like a perfect spot that someone had already tried to weave some of the willows together. I said, ooh, what a great idea. So for years, I've been planning to come back and make a willow fort. But luckily, a snowstorm was coming. And so I had the opportunity to build a snow shelter also. But right now I can hear some children out enjoying the frozen pond, probably sledding on the moguls. And I've got my hot beverage. I'll take the tarp down today. Snowstorm's gone. We won't see any more snow till Tuesday. Currently 23 degrees outside. Last night the low was 15. So I'm always collecting garbage, and if you've noticed my other videos, this is a tarp that covers a big family tent. I usually use it to cover the floor when I'm camping to keep the dirt off my feet and at the campsite. But I picked this thing up, Pyramid Lake, in the trash after a windstorm blew everyone's tents away. And they just left all their torn up tents. So I grabbed a bunch of these covers. This fabric is absolutely great. I've used this to cover the floor when I'm painting the house, to covering the floor when I'm camping, now to cover my Willow Shelter. This netting was in my son's bedroom as a teenager because he had a camo face, and we've had this hanging around forever. Mats, rot mats, don't care about these guys. Today's a budget adventure. It's not always resorts and suites. Sometimes it's hanging out in the bushes in a willow fort I just made. Thanks for coming along. It's crazy. I've always wanted to build a little shelter in these willows. And then I decided, well, I need some content. And it's amazing how you could be in almost your backyard, show some pond and some bushes. And if I didn't tell you, you might have thought I was someone really cool in a forest, out by some lake somewhere. Instead, I'm just basically on a golf course in the bushes. Make sure I clean this all up. I wouldn't want anyone to see this video, know where I was, and then make a complaint that I left any trash here. Any human-made product has been taken back home. All that's left are these great willows. They might have been arched, and they're going to be trained to make a little shelter for next spring, but that's all. Possibly. No harm, no damage. Once again, thank you. If you made it this far in the video, oh, I appreciate you. And this was a long video. This might be a part 2. I might have a part 3. To be continued.